Jeffrey Epstein, the secrets they're finally releasing. For years, Jeffrey Epstein lived like a ghost inside America's most powerful circles, a billionaire with no clear source of wealth, a man who could walk into rooms that others only dreamed of, and someone surrounded by secrets darker than anyone imagined. But now, newly unsealed documents, hidden testimonies, pieces of a puzzle once buried, are finally coming to light. And what they reveal raises more questions than answers. This is not just a crime story. This is a story about power, protection, and the truth that refuses to stay buried. Jeffrey Epstein began his adult life as a high school math teacher. Yet within a decade, he resurfaced as a financial wizard, handling the fortunes of the ultra-rich. But here's the first mystery. No one truly knows how Epstein built his wealth. No major trades, no major deals, no public records explaining a sudden fortune. He simply appeared, wealthy, protected, and plugged directly into some of the most influential networks in business, politics, and international elite circles. People connected with Epstein for different reasons: money, charity, business, networking. But behind his charming exterior, survivors would later describe a reality filled with manipulation, grooming, and horrific abuse.
I started going to him when I was like 14 turning 15.
If you think at 14, $200, that's a lot of money at 14 years old. I mean, that's a lot of money now.
In 2005, Palm Beach police received a disturbing complaint from a young girl. That single report opened a door investigators could never close. As they dug deeper, they found more victims, more testimonies, more evidence. Federal prosecutors prepared a serious trafficking case. Everything changed. Epstein was given a confidential non-prosecution agreement. He served only 13 months in a privileged jail setup.
Epstein hired somebody that would impress the state attorney, Barry Krischer, to drop the investigation.
The U.S. Attorney's Office got involved with this case with Jeffrey Epstein's A-list of defense attorneys that are extremely well known and extremely powerful. I think these attorneys were able to manipulate the sitting U.S. attorney and the assistant U.S. attorney working the cases. A few things happened in this case that during my law enforcement career I've never seen before. The U.S. attorneys here had an indictment and they were sending it back and forth to Jeffrey's lawyers for changes. Never seen anything like that before.
Well, I started getting somewhat of an inclination that this is a situation where somehow, for some reason, the defendant and the government are working together against the victims, although that kind of conspiracy theory sounds so preposterous that I didn't want to believe it.
He was allowed to leave during the day, return at night, and continue business as usual. The victims were never told. Even the lead detective later called it unprecedented. Many Americans asked, how did Epstein manage to secure a deal like that? Who intervened? And why? For years, the case remained sealed. But survivors refused to stay silent. Pressure built. Evidence resurfaced. And in 2019, Epstein was arrested again, this time by federal agents in New York. What investigators found inside his properties stunned the public. Thousands of photographs, dozens of journals, hard drives, financial logs, and testimonies describing a pattern of exploitation. But before the system could uncover everything, Epstein was found dead in his jail cell. Officials called it suicide. Millions questioned the circumstances. This is where the story evolves. Between 2023 and 2025, courts began unsealing long-hidden documents. Emails, depositions, flight filings, communications, and investigative records. They do not prove guilt of every name mentioned, but they reveal the extent of Epstein's networks, the people he communicated with, met, or interacted with across the years. These releases show assistants who coordinated his movements, internal messages about travel, financial transfers between companies, notes on his properties, communications with public figures, logs and diaries that map his web of influence. And then came the unexpected twist. A major political voice stepped in. In 2024 and 2025, public pressure exploded. Demands grew for all Epstein-related files to be released. President Donald Trump publicly said the government should release everything, every document, every name, every page. This statement reignited debate across the country. Victims' lawyers pushed harder. Journalists filed more motions. Courts ordered more unsealing. And suddenly, the Epstein files started dropping faster than ever before. Every new document answers one question and creates two more. These are the questions that keep investigators awake at night. How did Epstein rise so fast with so little trace? Who helped create his first plea deal? Why were certain communications sealed for years? What secrets did Epstein keep in his private safes? What was the purpose of his vast contact network? And perhaps the biggest mystery, was he operating alone, or was he part of something larger? Behind the headlines, the most important voices are the survivors. Women who described being recruited young, promised opportunities, then trapped in a world they never imagined. One survivor said she felt invisible, like no one would believe her. Another said every door in Epstein's mansion felt like it locked from the outside. Their courage is why the case is still alive today. The Epstein case is not just a story about the past. It is unfolding right now. More documents are scheduled for release. More motions are pending in court. More names may appear. More survivors continue to fight. This story is far from over. In fact, we may be reaching the most important chapter yet. The truth has a way of resurfacing, no matter how deep it's buried, and no matter how many years pass. New documents are still being unsealed. More testimonies are emerging. And every release pulls another hidden thread in this story. If you want every update on the Epstein Files, every new disclosure, and every twist still to come, subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay with us. Because this story doesn't end here. In episode 2, we dive into the shadowy figure who stood closest to Epstein. A woman survivors say played a powerful role inside his world. A woman whose past is filled with its own mysteries, and whose trial changed everything. Episode 2 reveals the rise, the influence, and the secrets of Ghislaine Maxwell. You won't want to miss what comes next. The Epstein Files are only beginning to open.